Hello, babies. I realized I pissed some of y'all off when I started talking about hyper independence, so I'm going to make sure that I reiterate what it is that I said and I follow through with a little bit more so we can go ahead and get some clarity. You are closed-minded, and some of you all are simple-minded as well. I'm not necessarily trying to attack you, but if the shoe fits, and some of you all will never have a happy marriage simply because you are low perspective taking and you don't know how to take a perspective outside of your own. You assume that whatever it is that you think is simply what it is. So we're talking about hyper independence, and we're talking about hyper independent women. Once again, as we have always said, I don't think any woman really wants to be hyper independent, because that means that she has had to overcompensate for something. And so when she goes through something that happens in childhood of learning that relying on people is costly, and then she goes into a perpetual cycle where it keeps on showing up in adulthood in her friendships, with her family and intimate relationships and stuff like that, well, guess what she's going to do? Rely on herself, because relying on other people is unsafe. And it is a threat to her, because if you don't provide consistency, stability, reliability, she's going to end up doing things herself or not being able to ask you out of fear that you're going to drop the ball. Y'all know how it is when a person continues to disappoint you. We're not going to act like it's just women who are hyper independent. There are a lot of hyper independent men as well. You just don't call it that. Y'all want to talk about that? Okay, we'll skip that. No, as a matter of fact, we're not going to do that. We're going to address that. Just because we never highlight a hyper independent man doesn't mean that they don't exist. The very men who like to do things by themselves, not ask for help, not rely on people, suppress their emotions, hide what they're going through, it's the same exact thing. And a lot of women see it. But you know what women do? In most occasions, is they give grace and they're attentive. What if we change the conversation from, if she's hyper independent, she doesn't deserve to be in a relationship, leave her. Everyone suffers from some type of maladaptive coping mechanism, some compensatory reaction, some trauma response. Everyone suffers from it. No one is perfect. Let's give credit where credit is due. Women give a lot more grace than men do. If grace was practiced and your heart was positioned differently, I promise you it'll be a lot more satisfied people. Can we give a round of applause to the men who create safety, security, and stability? I know you all think that all of those terms are the same. They're absolutely not. I counsel people, so I can tell you that safety is different, security is different, and stability is different. So let's talk about the men who create stability, who are so good at stability and partnership that immediately a woman's guards go down, because he always has a follow through. If he says he's going to do something, if he promises, he follows through. He's attentive. He's watching everything. He's attuned to her needs. He's responsive, engaged in her concerns and fixing them and taking some of the burdens off of her, seeing the burdens that she has. Can we have a conversation about those men? Because round of applause to those men. Not everyone deserves to be left. Some people are called to be together. Let's not forget, God can call two flawed, imperfect people together to make something holy. It comes with recognizing the problems. Not only is one person recognizing their own problems, but the other person saying, all right, I'm seeing that maybe I'm influencing this problem. Maybe I need to make some changes too. Just maybe. Thank God for my husband. Thank God, because I was a hyper independent woman. Oh yeah, I had it all together. I didn't need no help. I don't want y'all to see me suffer. I don't want you to see me struggling. And then my husband comes in. I didn't have to ask for things. He just did it. And the guard went, y'all want a soft, feminine woman? Practice creating stable, safe, secure environments. Practice following through. Practice paying attention. Practice not being so critical and judgmental. Practice giving grace. Practice being empathetic. Practice being compassionate. Practice being a partner. You may see a difference. God bless y'all.